Do It All Dad, your podcast, dad-friendly entertainment for you and me. Controlling our kids through comedy can make our kids great again. This is Michael Kornbluth, your host. I know you've missed my wonderful voice for way too long. This is episode 58. Shadowbanned for the last time. I really mean it this time. Jack Dorsey at Twitter can go F yourself. I am done with the Twitter. I am unplugged. I am deplatformed. And just to be clear, the reason why is because I just want to make sure that I am shadow banned for the last time. Because if I'm not on the website, if I'm not on Twitter, then I'm shadow banned for the last time. Thank you, my Twitter peeps. Hashtag EdTech. Hashtag plumber. Hashtag private equity. Hashtag WordPress. You have been the best comedy buds I never had. You've given me plenty of retweet love. We have a new dedication chapter for my upcoming parenting education book, Stay-at-Home Comedian, How 3 Kids Got My Act Together, in your honor, called My Love Affairs with Strangers on Twitter. My new peeps on WordPress are my new love affairs. Don't be jealous. I am now a featured writer on the Good Men Project. This does not happen without your steady dose of love and encouragement. You have inspired me to keep the jokes coming at a fast and furious rate. You've also inspired me to dig even deeper than that. And right now we are looking at a monster of a book. By far the funniest parenting book from a fatherhood body angle that's been ever written. Not that I face tough competition from Jimmy Gaffigan. And more edgeless musings from Tom Papa. But we're looking at a book around 100,000 plus words. So we're definitely giving good old Walt Whitman a good run for his money. So it's been an amazing journey. And my game plan now is to secure a executive recruiter job at the XFL. I am definitely on board with any company whose mission statement, I mean, they'll never articulate it, but like in essence, like they exist because they do brand themselves as a fan-first league that's reimagined the NFL, but, you know, when it's all said and done, they are really, in essence, the anti-fake news pro Kaepernick League. And that is something I could definitely get behind a long time. 15 years later, I finally saw The Blind Side. Sandra Bullock's legs in it are yummy. She makes Dr. Melfi from The Sopranos feel guilty for spending too much time on her ass and not enough on the Stairmaster in comparison. I toughen myself up now by letting my son punch me in the face without flinching. He's only 2, but his shots to my ear causes it to ring soon after. I need to write a part where my son plays a bouncer at his big sister's juice bar, Lavender. There was an all-Muslim girl prom held at a Detroit high school this year, so the prom was like mine. Pork-free, followed by crying under my sheets from dusk till dawn. This is Stay-at-Home Dad interviewing with HR. This is HR. Why have you been out of work for so long? Stay-at-Home Dad. I'm launching an exploratory committee to find out. Although my gut tells me corporate America keeps her distance from beard-related freaks, despite claims of diverse inclusiveness. HR again. I read in Better Homes and Gardens. Stay-at-home dads suffer from lower levels of testosterone. Stay-at-home dad replies, but we haven't even discussed hard numbers yet. Explaining the Gillette ad to my 2 boyish boys. Gillette is telling you to never bum rush a pretty girl in the streets. That's why I'm insisting you 2 leave the house in high school with pre-poundage consent forms in case the girls bum rush you. Stay-at-home dads like myself don't mind the Gillette ad because we work remote and claims of sexual harassment are avoidable when you're meeting on Skype. Starts with, fellas, raise your hands up high where I can see them. At least the Gillette ad didn't showcase Trump aggressively tweeting. because standing up to bullying, lying, TV puppet heads, and so-called CNN journalists isn't how we should treat divisive, criminal-siding, normalizing Antifa enablers. Can I get an amen? I said amen! Can I get a holla for some holla? Explaining the Gillette ad to my two boyish boys. If I shave my beard and tone down my toxic pro-Trump stance postings on Twitter, I'll become less overtly threatening to talent acquisition managers at WeWork in Manhattan. If I have to read one more time about TSA shortages, last time I checked, all we need is one designated pat-down person and a metal detector. Also, the terrorist behind 9/11 went to flight school in Florida unimpeded. My chest. Me and Whole Foods, Chappaqua. Bag lady says, worker, Whole Foods worker, bag lady, whatever. She says, bags cost 10 cents each. My reply, is that the bag lady tax for Hillary Hammer Time Cankles? Since the donations for the Clinton Foundation dried up faster than Huma after Hillary slipped off her Spanx. We've all learned about Jeff Bezos and his so-so sexting skills. And that's being very generous to Jeff. But we all know he is in the midst of the most costly divorce of all time. A wife that's been with him through thick and thin, who has given him 4 children. And this is a material inspired by his so-so sexting skills called Amazon After Dark. So this is me at Whole Foods this past weekend. Is there a company-wide directive to refrain from making fun of the sexting skills of Jeff Bezos today? And was the dick pic necessary? And I thought yelling demands at Alexa was the death of small talk. I don't care how big it is.
Duck is the common name for a large number of species in the water.
Was the Jeff Bezos dick pic really necessary? Knowing Tony Gonzalez already broke her in the first place before popping out 3 kids. Happy denting though, Ajax nerd. But really, is there a company-wide directive to refrain from making fun of the sexting skills of Jeff Bezos now? This is a line by Jeff. I love your energy. I hate everything about my wife of 25 years from the neck down. Ha! Is there a company-wide directive to refrain from making fun of the sexting skills of Jeff Bezos now? I want to smell you. Alright, so we all can't be poet laureates. I get it. Is there a company-wide directive to refrain from making fun of the sexting skills of Jeff Bezos? Now, I want to breathe you in. I prefer the expression inhale you whole, but I'm not a billionaire nerd either. Is there a company-wide directive to refrain from making fun of the sexting skills of Jeff Bezos now? I don't not like being with you. Sound more like an artificial jerk-off and less clingy, transparent, Jeff. Is there a company-wide directive to refrain from making fun of the sexting skills of Jeff Bezos today? I love you. I will show you with my lips. Grabby enough for you yet? There's no way Jeff Bezos tastes good. Ha! Is there a company-wide directive to refrain from making fun of the sexting skills of Jeff Bezos these days? I want to breathe you in. I want to wake up next to you and read my propaganda dirt rag with you. Long time, huh? Jeff Bezos has 4 kids. He couldn't have told his novelist wife that her books weren't as enthralling as he led her to believe, or pointed out how he had trolls juice up book reviews on Kindle in her honor. New Yorkers are no longer procreating fast enough to replace the dying population, hogging up all last remaining rent-controlled Manhattan apartments, which families of 4 could take over instead of having to overpay for a shitty 2-bedroom in Queens. Serena Williams told her daughter, being strong is never easy. Couldn't fool me, Serena. From where I stand, you can rip Federer apart as easy as a tampon. Film title, ideas of a stay-at-home dad who gets a job as a domestic servant for another family. Domestic house bitch already. I still can't afford a housekeeper. Zero remains of white privilege, moving laterally. Art of the nail polish deal. This is Dad. Once you learn how to play Talk Dirty to Me on the guitar, Arthur, you can wear all the nail polish you want. Until then, let your sister use it for herself. And this is the big sister. But Arthur puts it on way better than I do. Discussing AIDS of my kids prematurely. Trump used the profits from the woman ring for men's gay groups during the AIDS crisis. What's AIDS, Daddy? A reason to become a lesbian. You can take a licking and keep on ticking no matter what. The end. I missed my podcast, but I love writing my book. I felt that fighting back with punchlines I was able to do through WordPress, and I love getting the immediate reaction. I love developing more followers. Moving forward on the podcast, I am going to be acting as a spiritual medium with dead do-it-all dads that were well-known in some capacity. I have a scheduled appointment next week to interview Rodney Dangerfield and Lenny Bruce. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I want to thank all of my steady listeners for encouraging me to stay true to my voice and to continue to remain fearless and to give my all to serving Lady Laugh with all my might. My son just had his 5th birthday. It was really special. And a huge reason why was the Good Men Project. I want to thank my editor, Wilhelm Cortez. He has embraced the best of me. Good Men Project plans on republishing a bunch of other future pieces of mine. And it's a real win, for me. And I love the affiliation. They republish a lot of smart, well-written pieces by a lot of exceptionally good writers. And it's an honor to be included in such a mentioned class. And I plan on making them proud for embracing and for their sustained belief in me. This is the Doodle Dad Your podcast. Dad-friendly entertainment for you and me. Thanks again to the Good Man Project for securing my Good Man non-divisive status. And I'll talk to you guys soon.